yakisoba.
It's a warm but rainy day in northern Iowa. I'm at the Hot Tent Hoedown, which is supposed to be a winter event. However, it's rainy and soggy. So I'm in Mitchell, Iowa, which is 15 miles south of the Minnesota border. So why would I come camp in a manure-infested field?
Pasture.
Well, speaking of manure.
Hey, friends.
Hey, there's Krusty.
Hey, good to see you.
Aw. Hello, friend.
I was on the phone with Miyagi directing him to traffic.
Yeah, there's a big traffic snarl out here near the camp here. So why else would I come here?
Hello.
Oh, look at that. Hi, friend. Hello, friend.
Oh, good to see you.
Hey,
Shagon, that's
Trippy.
Sam. So who don't you know?
Hi, Trippy.
Hi.
Oh, good to see ya.
Good to be seen.
All right.
Caboose.
How you doing, sir? Good to see you.
Yeah, so
All right.
we had that whole
Will you
trailer
set up my
full-
tent for me?
No.
Well, at this campsite, we can drive up and unload, get all set up, but we do all park our cars probably a quarter of a mile up the hill. It's just nicer to not have all those cars at campsite. So another great thing about this outing is my buddy Tom, better known as Caboose, loves to cook. So my contribution was bringing a big propane tank so he can cook.
Okay, Caboose.
Tell me what we got here.
We got yakisoba. It's basically fried rice, but with noodles. And we have one person here that's gluten-free, so it's all gluten-free.
Can you give me some?
Yep. Say when.
Thank you. When? Now. Came into the hot tent, fired up the stove here. Not only am I trying to warm myself up here a little bit, but I want to get the hot tent warm. So not only just to warm things up, but to dry things out. This is the first time that I've ever camped in my hot tent out when it's just this wet and this rainy. And as I set up, it started to rain here a little bit, and some of the stuff got wet in here. You can see, we're going to be dealing with mud and puddles the whole time here. But what I'm more concerned about is when I'm sleeping tonight. My pad over here, you can see, got a little wet. So I'm hoping by firing up the stove and getting it super hot in here, it'll dry that out a little bit. I did not take out my sleeping bag, my pillows, all of those things until it's time to sleep, because it's safely tucked away in a dry bag. And just in case I have some leaks in here, it won't get wet ahead of sleeping. So I'm just gonna stay in here a little bit, get it fired up. The problem with this stove, it's so little that you can't leave it unattended for very long or else the fire will go out. So I may have to run back and forth here a little bit. One upgrade I did make to this stove since the last time I camped in my hot tent is I made some legs for the stove. Before, it only was about probably 4 inches off the ground. By putting these legs on now, it's probably a good 14 or 15 inches off the ground. So get the fingers all warmed up, get the tent dried out a little bit, and then head it back out.
Morning. Kind of slept in a little bit. It's probably about 8:15. The rain finally stopped. It stayed pretty dry. Everything inside my tent is pretty wet. This floor is wet. If I didn't have a tarp, it would be a mud pit in here. But I slept all right. Just having a little hot cocoa here this morning. Chocolate chip cookie. Breakfast of champions. I'm gonna put on my boots, make my way out. Probably have lots of bacon this morning for breakfast, so be a good day. I look forward to hanging out with the guys, drying out my tent here a little bit, consolidating, cleaning up a little bit, and we'll see what sort of shenanigans happen today.
Morning, Caboose.
We're doing well. Bacon is on. Got my coffee going. It's good to go.
Caboose is in his happy place.
Absolutely.
Bacon.
Tom, how many pounds of bacon did we figure out that we brought?
I think everybody brought at least 2, so we probably have around 10 to 16 pounds of bacon.
I heard 16 last night.
Yeah, I heard the number 16, but I don't know.
So we might have to run out to the store and grab some more.
Right, yeah.
Good morning, Fred.
Good morning, bud. Hey, you got any soap?
Got any soap? No, I got snot.
Got some otters.
What, are you guys having a little
A little powwow.
sausage party in here?
Yeah.
Without the sausages.
Oh, nice and warm.
Sausage feast.
Some sausages are smaller than others. Taste test.
I guess we're looking at
Why does food always taste better at camp than it does at home?
I'm not going to say anything about your wife's cooking.
My wife don't cook.
Needs a little snot.
What is it?
Some rice and a little chicken. Chicken. So good. Hats off to the chef.
It's about 1:30 in the morning. I haven't been able to fall asleep. I have upset stomach. Took some Tums. Went outside, tried to make myself throw up. Tried to take a poop. Nothing seems to be working, so since I couldn't sleep, I just decided to make another fire here to keep myself occupied for a while. Hopefully I'll get sleepy, but if not, I'll just play around with my fire. So I'm all packed up, but before I go, Miyagi here has graciously agreed to make me a hot tent.
Wow, it's out there now.
So it's going to be similar to this snow trekker that Rob has. It's a beautiful tent, by the way.
But the snow trucker tents cost about $1,800. So Mr. Do-It-Yourself here is going to help me out and do it a little cheaper. So Rob's snow trucker, which snow trucker tent is this?
High country.
This is the high country.
9.5 high.
It's about 9.5 feet by 9.5 feet with a big stove there. Oh, it's nice and warm in there too. So the nice part about having a hot tent like this is obviously you have a lot more space. I'll walk in here, you know, I can walk around. I don't have to be like scooching around on my butt like my current hot tent. So my hot tent that Miyagi's going to make me is going to be 9 feet by 7 feet. So about 2 feet less this way. So tell me some of the challenges of making a hot tent similar to this, Miyagi.
Well, one is obtaining the fabric. So snow trucker, this one, correct me if I'm wrong, Rob, this is about a 7 ounce per square yard. So snow trucker has a proprietary fabric that they build because they buy it in such big quantities. They're able to develop this and sell it, and you can't buy this. So for a maker like myself, finding a lightweight fabric is tough. The one that I have over there that's very similar to Rob's is an 8.5, but unfortunately that's not even available anymore. So yours is going to be a 10.4, unless that becomes available again. But yours is going to be a lighter color fabric like this. It won't be kind of that pearl green color. And it's going to be very similar in that this is called a modified wedge design. So you got the A-frames on each side. The poles are the most expensive part. It's not even the fabric. It's the Easton aluminum expedition grade poles. They tend to be like anybody's price, about $550 just for the poles. So if you roll that.
And from what I understand, those little orange pieces that the poles go into were a little hard to find as well.
Hub, they call those hubs. So that hub on your tent is going to be 78 degrees, somewhat similar. I get it from a company called canvasandtarps.com. And they're metal, so slightly heavier, but you don't have to worry about the plastic breaking. Snow Trucker does a proprietary one. They will not sell them, so don't try to go to their website and ask if you can buy just the hubs. So you got to buy it as a package. But I was able to find one for you that we can use for the A-frame design.
So this is the tent that Miyagi made last winter. Took him about, what, a month and a half to sew it?
Yeah. So as you can see, somewhat similar. I got back under here. This is that 8.5 ounce per square yard material. I call this my Trailcraft Tundra tent. Again, it's the modified wedge design. This one is a 10 by 10, as you can see inside of there.
Toasty.
Yeah. We got the Winter Well Woodlander stove and a double bunk.
Nice sticker there, bud.
You like that? I know that guy. He gave me that sticker.
Yeah, so I can't wait to get this tent. And I have my new Expedition sled, so I'll have enough room to carry it out.
And now maybe you won't get so cold.
And what I was saying is more room to just move around. And like my coat right now is wet on the back just from trying to sit up in my tent.
That's one of the biggest benefits of the stove is it dries everything out really nice.
So people are going to ask, how can they get a hold of you so you can build them a tent?
You can find me at robpelton.com. Yeah.
1-800-F yourself.
Yeah, I do not do these for anybody. So these are a long build. It's a long build.
Such a good friend.
I do like you there, bud. So.
See you guys. All right, all packed up. Gonna head out. Gonna bring Miyagi here up to his car. It's gonna be a fun ride up this hill there, bud. So hold on. Thanks to sleep deprivation and not noticing that my phone was connected to Apple CarPlay, the microphone on my phone wasn't working as I was leaving. here I go on babbling about how hard it is to do videos in group events like this, and that I have 130. What am I doing? I have 135 miles to go to get home. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead, hit subscribe, punch that bell notification, check out Midwest Backpacker on Instagram and on Facebook. This guy just goes on and on. We'll see you on the trail.